Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Happy day. How are you today? And another error. Every time I get on, it causes an error. Hello, everyone. My name is Nichelle Womack, and I am your life transition strategist. I help you start, market, grow, build, expand, and dominate the CEO of you. Thank you so much for those beautiful, beautiful purple hearts. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you for being in my space today. Here's a lunch break nugget for you. Welcome, Anika. I think that's what that says. Thank you for those green hearts. To all my replay viewers, thank you so much for coming in to check me out and pressing the little hearts there. I greatly appreciate all the love that you share. I greatly do. As I mentioned, my name is Nichelle Womack, and I am a life transition strategist. I help you start, market, grow, build, expand, and dominate the CEO of you. You can reach me on Instagram at Nichelle Womack, on Facebook at the Life Transition Strategist Nichelle Womack. I'm on Twitter at Nichelle Womack. I'm everywhere, and I want to be where you are as well. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I pray it is absolutely fabulous. It is hot in my area. My car says it's about 98 degrees. So I'm trying to stay cool, and I know I have a jacket on because inside my workspace, it is cold. Yes, when it's hot outside, it's cold in there. So you got to diversify a little bit. So thank you for taking time out of your lunch. I want to share with you a couple of things. If you're not moving, I want to share with you why. People don't move in their life for many reasons, but I had to sit down myself personally and figure out at one point, why wasn't I moving? And after I finally figured it out, it really hit me by storm. And the reason why it hit me by storm, because I kind of knew that, but I did not want to believe it. How many times have you known something, but you did not want to believe it? It's really hard for us to say that something is going to happen or believe it's going to happen and not really want to go with it. Plenty of times. I know I have. And I try not to tell myself I told you so. But sometimes you have to. Sometimes you just got to sit down. As my Grammy would always tell me, set yourself down. You got to sit down, and you got to recognize that we're not always right. We're not always right. And this one thing holds many people back. And so I want you to realize that you don't have to set your soul on fire to keep other people warm. And that's what we try to do all the time. We set our soul on fire just to keep other people warm. We don't want to be honest with people. We don't want to be honest with ourselves. I personally know that I am really guilty of that. So this one word that I'm going to share with you this afternoon is probably the reason why you're not where you want to be in life and where you are supposed to be. Because I tell you all the time, I truly believe that each and every one of us has a destiny. Thank you so much for sharing and those beautiful green hearts. I greatly appreciate you. All of us have a destiny, a purpose, and a design for our lives. But sometimes we don't get there, we don't see it, and we don't recognize it because we're not looking deep enough. And this one word is sacrifice. When have you sacrificed? Hey, Marita, how you doing today, hon? When have you sacrificed to get the things that you so desire? When have you sacrificed your time to say, look, I'm going to have to put this down because I need to work on this area there? When have you sacrificed in your business to say, look, I know I need to get better here, so maybe I need to go take a class or something. Wonderful. I need to go take a class or something. I might have to spend a little bit more money so that my business can progress in this area. When have you sacrificed in your relationship to say, look, what do I need to do to make this work? When have you sacrificed in your spirituality to say, look, I got to have a little talk with God? You know, we got to sacrifice. And you will find that when you sacrifice, things start happening. Yes, surrender. I surrender all. That's what the word of God says. When you surrender all, he begins to deliver all. But you gotta sacrifice. Most people don't want to use that word because they're afraid of sacrifice. Sacrifice means you gotta let some things go. I looked it up and it says sacrifice is the act of giving up something valued for the sake of something else regarded as more important and worthy. Yes, it is, because it is worth it. Why is it worth it? Because sacrifice takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot out of me. It takes a lot out of most people. The sacrifice to be a better person than we were yesterday. And I always tell people I'm in competition with nobody but myself. Why? Because I know Nichelle has to get better. Hello from Russia. How are you? I know Nichelle has to get better. You don't know what I need to get better at, but I do. But I also know that every time I turn around, somebody is showing me where I can be better at. If it's not only just being a better person, a better mother, a better wife, a better child of God, we can all work at being better at something in life. And so when we look at the word sacrifice and we look at, have we sacrificed everything we need to do to be the person that we need to be? We're good. That is awesome. So happy to hear that. Yes. Have you sacrificed everything you need to do to get to where you want to get in life? You know, each and every day I'm looking for ways to grow my business, to grow in my relationship with my spouse of 20 years, to be a better mother to my 18-year-old and my 16-year-old. And to be a better friend, and to be a better daughter to my mother and my father. What can I do? Thank you so much. To be a better friend. We all should be looking at what we can do to each and every day to be better. And yes, it requires sacrifice. And sometimes you got to sit down, you got to analyze, you got to put things on paper, and you have to write it down. I truly believe things that are written down, and as long as we motivate ourselves to read it every day, we can make changes in those areas. And those are called goals. And a lot of us procrastinate with those things. Why? Because we know we are behind. You know, I'm behind on a lot of things in life, but I have committed in the year of 2016 that I will never continue to make excuses, because excuses are tools of incompetence used as monuments of nothingness. And as long as you continue to make them, you will be subjected to being an excuse. And that's the true reality of the situation. So I don't want you to be an excuse. I don't want to be an excuse. So let's learn how to make sacrifices to the things that we desire, the things that we want to change, and the things that we want in our lives. And I just want to make you aware of a couple of other things. Progress requires sacrifice. And we learned that when we progress, we know that it took some sacrifice. If you look at all the successful people in America, and I consider you to be a success as well, because you're on here with me this afternoon for this lunch break nugget, I consider myself to be a sacrifice. It takes progress. Progress takes sacrifice. And the more you progress, the more sacrificial givings that you're going to have to give. And it's just a way of life. Too many people take up permanent residence in a deserted space. Too many people take up permanent residence in a deserted space because they become comfortable where they are. People tell them you've made it. But you know what? Literally, we all never make it. We all never make it. We may be in a little bit higher stature than we were before, but we never really make it to that plateau. And when you make it to that plateau, I always tell people, bring other people up with you. So you're not finished because you haven't helped somebody else get up to that next level. Life is always about sacrifice. It's always about helping others, helping you get to the desired destination that you plan on getting on. And then once you get there, you cannot quit. You have to bring somebody else up with you. That is the game of life. That's chess. You bring somebody else up with you so that they too can be on the level. I truly believe that's why we have so many problems in America today. And I can speak profoundly of being an African-American woman. I know in my culture, you know, people want to stay hush-hush when they become successful. You know, and then you have envy. Envy. You see so many people posting all this different stuff of things that they're doing and stuff, and they're probably struggling just like you are. Yes, envy. We have to learn how to support one another, to be greater for one another, so we all can be great and there won't be a need to be envious of each other. There's no need to be envy because everybody gets the same 24 hours in a day. Now, what you do with yours and what I do with mine, you know, it's different. And people choose, yes, people choose how they prefer to spend their time. You know, and I prefer to spend mine making money and helping people because I know the more that I can do that, the better my life will be. The more you help. And Jim Rohn has said that many times in all of his conversation. Every time I look up a quote from Jim Rohn, the more people you help, the more you help yourself. Sacrifice, sacrificial giving. What are you giving not only to others to improve their life, but to improve your life as well? Get that education, because, and I'm not one to say that you got to have a degree to be successful, even though I hold several. You don't have to have a degree. You can be successful just where you are, but you got to make an impact. You got to make an impact in life, and that's what it is. And that's what it takes. Impact for sacrificial giving. Okay, let's talk about this last thing here, then I'm going to let you go because I got to finish eating my lunch here, that nugget. Yes. If you don't sacrifice for what you want will be the sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice for what you want will be the sacrifice. And you'll be looking back 30 years from now saying, I wish I could have. The decisions that you make today will impact your legacy, your children, your life. Now, the stock market fell almost 500 points this morning. And I tell you, as an investor in the stock market, that scared the hell out of me. Why? Because change is happening all around us. But you know what? You got to keep that faith, because the banker, the true banker, the one that controls everything, will never let you go broke. Hey, from Dubai, how are you? I love Dubai. I'm looking forward to getting down there next year. Love Dubai. Here's some great things about it. It's one of the most progressive countries in America. It is beautiful there. I've looked at pictures online, so I hope to engage in that environment sometime in the next near future. But we have to recognize sacrifice. Yes, sacrifice. Sacrificial giving is so important. Everything you do now is for the future. I want you to tell yourself that. Thank you so much. I want you to tell yourself that everything you do now is for the future. And if that does not motivate you to get off your tail and to work harder, then shame on you. Because everything you're doing now, all the education, all the information that you're listening to, all the businesses that you're starting, all the people that you're helping is for the future. The only way we can get better is through sacrificial giving, the giving of oneself to another. My name is Nichelle Womack, and I am your life transition strategist. I pray that this has anointed you. I pray that it has given you life. I pray that it has given you the opportunity to sit down and think. Sit down, as my granny say, and think about what it is that you can do. Now, look in the mirror. Michael Jackson said it all the time. The man in the mirror. The man in the mirror will make you think twice about talking about somebody else or things of that nature. We got to look in the mirror. What can you do? What can you do to be a person of change, a person of sacrifice, to make things happen? Again, my name is Nichelle Womack. I am a life transition strategist. I help you start, market, grow, build, expand, and dominate. Yes, dominate the CEO of you, the Chief Executive Officer of you. You can reach me at NichelleWomack.com. I'm also available at 2excelwithnichelle.com. Again, to all my replay viewers, to the People Connect podcast, thank you so much. My YouTube viewers, Twitter viewers, Facebook viewers, it's been a pleasure. Nice to meet you as well. I love meeting new people. That's what life is all about. Networking. Keep in mind, your network is your net worth. The more people you get in contact with, the more people you're able to grow with, learn from, and develop from. So we should always be making connections on a regular, daily basis. Thank you so much for Dubai being here. Thank you so much for each and every one of you. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your lunch day to be with me wherever you are in the world, morning, afternoon, evening. Hello. Be blessed and highly favored in everything you do, and may everything you touch turn to gold. Yes, ma'am. Lunch break nugget. Real quick. Yes, I love each and every one of you. Be blessed. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.